Welcome back to the CIS minor. We are going into what is probably going to be a brutal match. It's a best of one. One team gets a place at the qualifier for the major. They get to go to Atlanta and spend some time in the US, have a nice little time. The other gets to stay at home and gets less money too.
5K, so...
Oh, a 10K drop-off as well.
Yeah.
That's like, let's be honest. I think if you said to both these teams, okay, you can have either like the 20K or nothing and the major spot, I think they'd take them, or the minor qualifier, whatever.
Oh, yeah, the spot
I
is
think
way
they take
more,
it
yeah.
every single time. So the money's nice. It's a little bit of an extra bonus, and they get to play, of course, for the extra 15K on top of that versus, of course, Team Spirit, who've already made their way just about through to that final. But, yeah, all in. Like, it hurts me to say it, but they probably should be the one getting through this.
Yeah, I mean, as much as you really are a huge fan of the VwS guys, you know them personally, I'm the realist here, so ALLIN are going to win. Very, very likely. No, obviously I'm overestimating. We don't know what VwS will be like against them. We haven't seen them play together as far as I'm aware. They were from different groups. So there's always potential for an upset, especially in a best of 1-2. VwS are not out of this just yet, but the thing is, ALLIN, they lost 16-14 on 2 maps against Spirit, the overdogs of the event, and they won the first map 16-4 as well. So you got to kind of just look at results and go, well, they're a little more experienced, I guess.
Yeah, but the other thing is they should, even though they lost that match, they should be going in pretty confidently. I don't think there's going to be any scenario where they're going, yeah, no, we've probably just ruined our whole chances. Like, there's still a great opportunity for them. The big thing is, though, it's still a best of one. Anything is possible. The map that comes out, as I said, we haven't really seen them play yet. And well, I already know what the map is, but I don't want to ruin the veto. Like, I don't want to do that. Just my amazing prediction skills, of course, not anything else. But I'm sure we can go into that veto relatively shortly anyway. But it's just sort of one of those positions where you sort of say, okay, where do you take this if you're VwS?
Yeah, I know.
I know where they want to go.
It's just, I feel like in a best of 1 as well, for such an important match.
Hello, Tonya.
I feel like
I'm hoping
we're still on stream.
Yeah, I know.
What are you doing? Well, anyway, as I was saying,
just mouth along. I don't know. I can just hear.
We're not being. Can you hear something?
I can just hear Tonya in my ear.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't. I'm.
This is just really weird.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
That you couldn't hear that,
no.
but I was just mouthing along to what I could hear in Russian. So.
That was a bit confusing.
That was really weird.
I was wondering why are you stopping?
Why am I mouthing to nothing? Okay, so clearly this time it was just me who could hear that.
Yeah, I was fine.
That's really odd.
Anyway, as we were saying,
someone doesn't like me.
We'll get you, Tonya. But as we were saying, a best of 1 obviously is a pretty crazy thing to see for such an important matchup. It's not only the fact that the winner goes to the minor, to the close qualifier, but also the loser.
I keep doing that as well. Just saying.
The loser goes home. That's it. It's an elimination match. It's a decider match. And I mean, as much as I think ALLIN are going to go all in and likely going to take this map, it could go either way. VwS, let's not discount them. They're not a terrible team. They definitely have got the skill to be there. And I'm sure that they will be putting up a really good fight regardless in this best of 1. So it could go either way. I'm going to hedge my bets on ALLIN. Are you going to agree? Are you going to?
No, even though like I'm still going VwS. I've got to say it. I've got to say it because if they win and I don't say it, I'll just feel bad. So I've got to go for them. Also, consider I know the map. I feel like they do have a good chance. I think we're trying to get the veto up on the screen, but it doesn't seem to be coming up. So should I just ruin the surprise? Oh, so it's on stream, but we can't actually see it. Okay, cool. So that's an interesting way for an interesting dynamic. The map comes out as train. Now I don't actually know I suppose if I'm not on stream, then I can just go to my Mind Palace and just work out.
And go on your phone. I mean, we talking about train specifically. At least we saw VwS play that earlier. If I'm correct, yes.
Yeah.
Why are you giving me that look? They did, and they won 16-9 against Quantum. So that's obviously a good enough result already. Quantum obviously not on the same.
Kalinka had a really good game as well.
Quantum not exactly on the same level as ALLIN, but definitely proven that they can take the map, and they're not obviously abysmal on it. It is a map that they may be favoured in. We haven't quite seen ALLIN play train yet, but then again, we talk about this kind of pug team style. They talk about being maybe more of a mixed team, and we say this is going to be difficult for them, but. Well, I said that at least in the previous best of 3. After watching them play, I don't feel the same way. I feel like Train may not actually count them out, even though they are a fairly relatively new lineup.
I think the other thing as well that really I'm looking towards is the last ban, because I don't think you'll know this, but from like my knowledge of their team, Mirage has always been probably their favorite map. Like, they always play Mirage. It's probably Luke's best map. Quick has always been very good. Even when he wasn't with them, like, he moved into another team and could literally carry the T side of Mirage. So clearly, I think that's a respect ban. Like, they had the choice between this map and Train. Yes, throughout this tournament, they have been pretty good at Train, so I can understand why they have stuck for it, but they have actually gone for the ban of Mirage. So I think that's very interesting. I think the overpass ban coming out from ALLIN may be a similar sort of style as well, because it was very close to them losing it as well, and also the fact that VwS sort of took it to overtime with Team Spirit. So I think that was probably a wise decision for them too.
Yeah, sorry, what was the first map again of that previous best of 3 that ALLIN played? Was that Overpass?
That was Mirage.
No, that was Mirage.
That was the one they won 16-4.
Okay. Yeah, that's why. Okay, that makes sense now. Because I can't really see the veto over there. It's on a screen very far away.
I had it on my phone.
Oh, okay, cheater.
I mean, Mind Palace.
Yeah. But maybe we'll have a look at the standings as well in a second if that gets loaded up, and hopefully we'll be able to see that as well. That'd be nice, so we can at least go through what's happened throughout the day. But I mean, talking a bit more about this match, it's very hard to make a bit of a prediction. Oh, there we go. We got the standing up. We can't see it very well. It's over in the distance somewhere. This
is quite fun. Obviously, we should know exactly what happened. So VwS are in the lower bracket. We know for a fact that the person waiting for them is going to be Team Spirit. They are the last team left, of course, and then that will be the winner of the event. Prior to that, we saw the upper bracket, which was Team Spirit beating ALLIN, and earlier they had just beaten VwS, so that was why VwS were already in the lower bracket. ALLIN, they beat, I've forgotten their name, the other team we saw this morning, the VwS beat.
I can't quite read that. I think it says, no, I'm not going to say it because I'll be wrong. But yeah, we weren't casting that. We were doing WSG, so
we did cast that.
Oh, did we?
We did cast that.
I can't see the screen, which
it was
the
game.
harder.
It was the team that VwS played earlier today, like literally the first game we did.
Oh, Quantum.
Quantum. That was it. A completely mind blank there. It was Quantum who that was the bracket. ALLIN beat Quantum, so they go down into the lower bracket. Then we had Spirit beat VwS. They played each other. VwS knocked them out, so they went into the lower bracket final, or the consolation match, to see who gets the spot. ALLIN then played the best of 3 versus Spirit, and Spirit knocked them out and went through into the final. So that is what happened. Even though we can't see it, everybody else has probably been screaming because they can see it on screen, but something has happened with the monitors. So all we can see is our own faces, which is probably the most confusing thing on the planet. It's quite off-putting. Yeah. But yeah, so...
And something else to notice, I guess you could say, is Spirit obviously come through this event. They've not lost a series. They've lost maps. They've not lost a single series. ALLIN have only lost 1 series, and that was against Spirit.
I think that was Spirit's only map loss as well, wasn't it? The one map that they lost versus...
that was, because they 2-0'd VwS as well at the beginning of the bracket. There we go. We're back on screen now, so at least that's good, I think.
Now we can see the same thing. I'm not sure what's happened overall.
So at least Spirit haven't lost a single, I guess, match.
Can we jump over to the clean feed?
Yeah. VwS haven't... I'm getting so put off. We're focusing too much on production. We should focus on our pre-game.
I just wondered because they're actually going through the players. We can see that. Brilliant. Okay, so obviously my boy.
Quick.
My boy Quick.
Kvik.
No, don't say Kvik.
Quick.
No, don't say Quick. It's like Sampan. People say that on the Estonian player. That triggers me. But Kalinka was definitely the best player in that matchup, looking pretty focused. I said serious to Quick earlier. I was like, why so serious? But he said, no, that's just focus, mate. And yeah, we got Luke, or Lukey, or Luke JJE, or however you say it. I'm going to stick with Lukey because I have told that in the CIS you pronounce a J as a Y, because why not? Taurus, he had a pretty good game as well. I think it was him and Kalinka that were really the highlight players going into that matchup, and I think on Train, they're going to need them again. Kalinka, I still feel like there were some holes in their team play, and a lot of their A takes were very, very similar. They go out Ivy, they'd have then 2 players delayed push coming out of Pop and A main, and if they keep doing that rinse and repeat, I'm hoping All-In will be a little bit better off at just actually we're sort of focusing on it, realizing what's going on, and maybe we'll adapt. So that's a little bit more worrying if that is the case. Now, in terms of the overall matchup, I think Chopper as well is going to have to be an influential player, because a lot of the rounds that they were actually winning, especially when you look to the second couple of maps, or mainly Overpass, I think Overpass was the big one, he was literally clutching out rounds like, all over the place. It happened on 1v4, he managed to do on Mirage as well. That was the 1 of 2 as well. And well, now, of course, we go into the All-In side of things.
Yeah, and actually, just a little bit to talk about the actual matchup again, just to run over it. As I was saying when we were sorting out the production, obviously Spirit not losing a match, they've gone straight through. All-In have only lost 1 match, and that was to Spirit, as we just saw. And VwS, they're a different story. They've lost 2 matches. They lost to Spirit, obviously, earlier on, and they actually lost to All-In in the group stages as well.
Okay. Yeah, that would make sense, because if they weren't in the same group, they would have played them anyway.
Spirit. So they lost 16-6, if I remember correctly, on Cash, which is why it was their instant ban. So I mean, we already have a little bit of data to go off of these 2 teams in terms of playing against each other and saying, okay, well, these guys have kind of been dominated before. So that's going to, again, lead to my kind of prediction that they will take this map.
Yeah, no, I can understand it. I'm going with heart over head, I feel, in this sort of circumstance. I do think that in terms of how they played today, I think VwS are going to be feeling very confident. They've got themselves, I think, like, even just overall, this is more than they would have expected to achieve. They've come out, like, let's put it this way. How many Lithuanian teams have you seen get to even the final position of a minor ever?
Or do anything, really, in
yeah,
the CIS?
I feel like it's harsh, but true.
That's not an insult. That's just there's never been a Lithuanian team that's really gone anywhere, at least in CSGO. I'm not speaking for the old Counter-Strikes, but for CSGO, most definitely. So that's at least something to talk about, I guess.
Just my sound went funny.
Your sound went funny.
Looking at my side of
your headset seems to be a little bit off today.
Yeah,
it appears.
I'm hearing things that I shouldn't be able to hear, and also sound where I shouldn't be able to hear sound. But
are you good now?
Yeah, it's good now. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Cool. So knife round's got to be done. We're going to go into the pistol as well very shortly. Obviously, that CT side is most important, so you can imagine that we'll be seeing the winner pick that CT side as you know, very, very big advantage over that T side, obviously.
The only thing that can come in, like as said, I think we already saw quite a few holes into the defense.
Hello.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to mouth what they're saying. But no, we did see some holes in the defense of VwS for sure. Like a lot of the time, it did come down to Kalinka up in heaven, which really shouldn't happen. It shouldn't have to be one player being able to spray down, because they lost Ivy control quite easily. And coming out of A main, we saw a lot of aggression. Over on the B side as well, they had to come in with some decent retakes too. So I am a little bit skeptical about this, like playing against a better team. I think that's just the thing, because the match they played against this morning, I feel like they were the better team. I genuinely feel like they were the better players in the server. I think they then took that map quite easily towards the end. And their T side, as said, they were able to rinse and repeat some strategies that I think a better team would have clocked onto. As said, after a couple of rounds of seeing what was going on, I spotted what was happening. Yes, I have the overview, but if you see 3 players coming out Ivy, they should have been able to spot that they were then going to come out A main. It happens so often, Torres and Kalinka just going, hey, you know, you've just turned all your attention to Ivy, we're now going to come out and just take the frags. And it literally happened 4 or 5 times. And I think in this game, they may not even get away with it once, just because if they watch the game, then they'll know. And I feel like, although All-In probably were preparing a little bit better for Spirit, I think anybody in their right mind would be doing that. Like, oh no, we're going to prepare for a Lithuanian team who haven't played too many big events, or are we going to prepare for the team who is the favorite? I think logic suggests that All-In will have been preparing for that game way, way more.
Yeah, but it's definitely important after they realised that they would be losing against Spirit that they do prepare, I guess, a little bit against a team that may have a potential of knocking them out in the best of 1 as well. So, yeah, we don't really know, but let's at least see what happens here. We are on train, VwS on that T side, All-In and picked their CT side as we can see, and we are going to be going straight into the pistol round here. So already we do have a full B set of players already coming out, and they are going to charge right in. Smoke going down, it's going to be the full commitment here from the T side, and the CT's tapping away, not quite able to land a kill. Quick will actually kick things off, but there we go. Keshunda and Chopper, they're both going to get a kill each, and Taurus and Quick will fall, but the bomb is going to be planted.
Yeah, they've already got Kachandra on the flank as well. They're going to be slightly surrounded here. Kalinka, he will fall too. Pound is the one with that Molotov, but we know that this is such a common strategy that JR has a smoke. He's just waiting for it, and he can throw that on the bomb and just deny any opportunity for that Molotov to do anything. However, Luke Pound, doesn't quite manage. That was a very quick defuse in the end. 2 players will survive, but that doesn't really mean anything going into this pistol round, other than possibly the addition of the Kevlar.
That's so unfortunate as well, getting that defuse on when you really should have that as a terrorist, but the smoke just working out too well to deny any kind of spray through it. So that will be the first round already underway for the CTs. All-In going to take that advantage. Not that they really needed any kind of help, but obviously it is going to be very good for them to pick up instead. And we are going to go into the second round now, obviously, as VwS not investing.
Yeah, they do obviously have a Luke with the Kevlar. I think that was kept from the previous round. So, as said, he'll be able to continue with that one. 2 rifles purchased up alongside a couple of SMGs and a Scout. Well, he does have the idea that there isn't going to be anything there. Nice little zoom in on the face. Luke will be going for a kill. The problem is they don't exactly where he is. The smoke not going to give them too much of an advantage either, and well, really just spamming away. I do quite like the aggression that came up previously. We saw it in the other matchup where it actually came down to a 1v1, I think it was, when they were using this pistol. So there's definitely potential here for VwS to at least do some damage. We know for a fact they're coming in with the buy in the next round, and that means that any damage they do here is just going to be such a benefit. And already we'll see 1 player dropped. Pound going to be pushing out. Will be dropped by Chopper, but Kalinka finds another.
Yeah, could retrieve that M4 as well if he hurries up with it. It does manage to grab it before these CTs push it, but they're going to be expecting the angle. The lack of armor means aim punch is a problem, and Kalinka will fall as 2 players remain here for the VwS side. But the A site has actually been given away. The only issue is Quick doesn't have the bomb. That's instead in the hands of Luke. And G rotating back in, expecting this A push. Will finally go back towards the B site. I'm not sure if I like this. I don't know what he's trying to achieve. Giving away a full bomb site and allowing this bomb plant. Luke, he needs to hurry up while he's got it. He doesn't really know exactly where these players are, but he's been gifted a free bomb plant. Luke, do it! Stop wasting time. Obviously, he has no idea, because who would give away a bomb site, but he is going to go down. That's so unfortunate. All in, though. I really don't know what they were trying to achieve by fully rotating off of the site.
Yeah, if you already had 2 players on B, there really wasn't any added value other than they expected Luke to have something. I don't really know. It seems like a really weird decision to make. I suppose if you've lost a couple of players, maybe you thought that he had a weapon or an SMG or something to play with. But either way, you look at the buys, dropping a couple of players has definitely helped out the T side. They're going to have the full rifles across the board, whereas there's still only 3 actually sat on the all-in side.
Yeah, and the Scout as well. SMG still kept on Hydrogenator, will be very, very effective up close range. But still, that I personally don't know why people ever buy the MP7 over the UMP, because the MP7 far less useful up against armoured players when the UMP has great armour penetration. So I'm still yet to understand that, but fair enough. If he wants to use it, he wants to use it here. And we are going to have a triple setup outside of Ivy here from VwS again. We obviously have this 1 player outside of main. That'll be Kalinka, so smokes over A, maybe from Kalinka, and a bit of distraction towards the Ivy as well as they start to push up. Could be good, but look at this boost here. Hutchinator going to be pushed all the way up on top of that box, and you don't see this angle pulled in very often as well. That's the weird thing. He may be able to catch some players off guard, and VwS may walk into this one. He's going to spot the first head. There's the kill. They don't know where he's coming from. Drops down, flashbang it out, and a re-peek as well. This is so much damage, but only just another kill. Pulls out the Tech 9 in the pre-fire as well. Luke's going to walk into it, but he gets away with 15 HP and a kill. VwS now fighting an uphill battle with 3 tagged up players. I'll make that 2.
Yeah, no, they're dropping like flies at the moment and they're completely isolated. They're trying to force the issue. The flash, it works again! Same flash twice, and that's going to be all in, picking up that 3rd round in a pretty ludicrous fashion. First, the MP7 starts things off, and, well, then the rifle is there to close. So, not a good round coming out from the VwS side. The strong Ivy control means that they may already be broken in the sort of position where they really enjoyed playing in the previous map.
Yeah, that is not good to see at least, but going into the next round, obviously we're going to have an eco again coming out from VwS after losing the buy. They're setting up outside of Ivy, and oh no, this is going to be a raining death coming upon them. Hudge only gets 1, and he will be traded straight out there by Pound with the P250, but there's still an M4 lined up, ready and waiting in the hands of JR to do some more damage. Does manage to land himself onto one of these players, but you can just see already VwS is starting to crumble. They've only managed to get themselves an SMG and still no armor, meaning that All In will just be able to get aggressive and bring the fight to them, and Mir will do exactly that.
We are going to see this push coming out. Pound's position isn't a bad one. I wonder if he'll be able to see the head or jump up. They're going to try and peek him together, but Pound actually mucks up the jump, and he'll get caught out for that very reason. One player dropped. It was only pistol investment, but not a huge amount of damage done, and now the buyer will be coming back up. Will we see an AWP? That's the real question. I don't think we will. Quick not going to have enough. Goes for Kevlar instead, and I think he realizes he needed $50 extra to be actually able to afford that AWP. Pound is going to buy back up as well with the rest of the team, and they've got plenty of utility at least. Now, of course, CT side, they will have stabilized their economy after a 4-round streak, but it does also mean the loss bonus has come up for the Ts.
Chopper aggressive position towards the B ramp. He's not going to be able to spot anything out here from their side, and you can already see they are setting up for an A-take
same
here.
thing again.
Yeah.
The exact same players. Like this is what's the scariest prospect for me, because if any research has been done by ALLIN, they should know that this is coming, because it is the exact same strategy we saw in the previous game. It's Kalinka, it's Torres waiting, pop, and of course A main. Then you got 3 players over towards Ivy. So it's if it works, great, but it does seem like they're trying to rinse a strategy a little bit too much.
Well, let's find out, I guess. Triple smoke towards or double smoke towards Ivy, sorry, and a triple push as well as VwS start to make their way up. They really are taking their time. They're waiting for that Molotov to extinguish, and still, they've got these smokes down. They're going to be out of smokes by the end of this, so they have to push with it, but apparently they're not choosing to. This really is weird here.
Yeah, they're taking their time. The smokes will fade. Mer's going to find Torres, and there are the 2 players. That's that sort of pincer movement already completely shut down. It will just be the Ivy push. Quick is the first one to push in. He'll be able to grab one, but Mer through the smoke grabs his 3rd kill of the round. He's doing all of the damage at the moment. Now they have to fall back. Now they have to scurry away, and this is already a different scenario to what they saw in the previous map. The strategy that they came up with is not working. Now they have to try and find another avenue. Luke will be able to get one, but there's only 20 seconds left on the clock. The position of Cassandra is going to make things even more difficult for the bomb to peek back out, and if he gets caught, that is a round done and dusted.
Yeah, now pushing straight out. There's just no time left for a bomb plant with so many CTs in the area. Cassandra finds him. Luke tries to at least get something done, but he goes down as well. And that's the thing. You said if ALLIN had done any research, they would know this. And what was funny enough is after ALLIN peeked into A main and got that kill on the Pop Dog and main players, they instantly sent everyone towards Ivy. You could see they were running with their backs towards main in the open, allowing themselves to be picked if there was anyone else there. But they knew what was coming. They saw the double smoke and they went, yeah, there's 3 players there, 100%. And so they committed to that Ivy angle. And there we go, 5-0. That's exactly what you get when you run the same strategy so many times. And without a bomb plant, VwS, they've got no money. They've gone broke.
Yeah, the big thing as well is, so take away if they had done research or not. I'm pretty sure at almost identical moments we saw 2 smokes and a Molotov thrown. So they had to know that there were 3 players there. Then the push comes in, and if you're taking just even an educated guess, you would suggest that they're still going to be over towards Ivy. I wouldn't say that, oh no, yeah, they probably just rotated all the way around. I think you can just educate and guess that they're going to go in that direction. Now, we are going to see a quasi-buy come up. Quick already had a little bit of spare cash from the previous round, so it's likely we'll see an AWP into the next, which could be a different avenue of attack. And it's looking like they're just going to go for a smoke setup over towards this A site, which is a different avenue, of course. We know that they're going to try and get close and personal, of course, and, well, we know exactly where this is coming in. They're going to take the range duels. I think that's a smart decision over on this CT side, but it does mean that there is a good potential that the bomb will be able to get down and they can get nice and close.
Yeah, quick, lots of damage straight away. JL's going to get attacked. They flank around the back of the train there and lots more, but Kalinka actually gets dropped quick, carries on, but Mir from the upper position is going to be able to take him down. Chopper on the flank, 3 kills out of nowhere. ALLIN. They take it. 6-0, and while a bomb plant does go down, nothing more will be found. Chopper just completely eliminates them all. Much as he was playing fantastically earlier on in the day up against Spirit, especially in Overpass, he is going to be able to continue it into train.
Yeah, bomb plant. See, just at the start of the round, it looked like that was going to go so well. An instant dink hit by Quick as he starts running onto the site, and we see a lot of extra damage on Kalinka. Looked like he had the perfect drop on somebody else, but he has not had the same start as previous. And, well, the other thing that has to be mentioned is they did actually start on the CT side last time, so a different sort of battle altogether. It will be an attempted comeback by the looks of things, unless they can somehow start very strong. But that's much better already. Taurus will find the first pick of the game. They don't need to go overly aggressive here, but he does look like he's getting ready to peek back over towards that B side once more. Now the bomb is down. Quick's found another with the AWP, so this is already looking like a much stronger round. But look at Mer. He's going to go aggressive. Now, there's no way that they should expect a player flanking him from behind. The only problem is there's not too many more of them. That's going to be Pound going down. And, well, Taurus, he wasn't looking in the right direction. He will now catch out that remaining player, and it's only down to Hootie left on the site. He's got to go back towards this BC. He doesn't really know where he's going, let's be honest. There's so many players everywhere. He will catch out one, however. Kalinka is going to fall quick. Very low on HP, and yeah, I think that's a smart decision. Don't over-challenge here. They don't have a huge amount of money anyway. Hootie, hello! The Hondi comes in. Taurus is going to lose his head.
Still, the round will be going in the way of VwS. There's just no chance that he'll be able to pick this up, especially not a quick setup with the AWP towards his position. We can already see Hootie just backing off here towards the A side, and VwS, they are finally going to get their first bit of damage onto this round, bit of damage onto this map. They're going to get one on the board, but the issue is, again, we always face this. ALLIN, they have a potential for reset. They have a bit more money. Not a lot, at least on Hootie. I'm not too sure about the rest, but either way, they have a potential for reset, and that's what VwS have to be worried about.
I think they should be fine, yeah.
Yeah, it's just on Hootie.
Yeah,
He's the only one who can't afford.
It's literally just him. Everybody else has got a abundance of money, and that is a bit worrying, especially with only 2 players surviving. They do keep the AWP, so they're not going to have to force buy that back up, and it will be... They will be able to buy, but they've got to capitalize, and they pretty much have to string 2 or 3 rounds in together from here to even break the economy of ALLIN. So it is still looking like a bleak scenario. Bomb's going to be left in spawn for now as they go for some aggressive peeks, looking like they're going to go over towards this B site. Now, I am intrigued that the bomb's just completely been left. We'll see whether or not they have to, well, they struggle to go and get that back. JR, he has finally got the AWP into his hands. He's going to go for an aggressive peek with the Molotov thrown. Will force him back.
Yeah, VwS, at least they have a different setup. That's the most positive thing, and they are outside of B, but look at this. JR's not going to be able to spot out this close player. If Taurus jumps on top of the box, and he will, the zoom-in scope isn't going to allow him to spot anything. He takes the kill, and JR goes down, so man advantage gained by VwS right when they needed it as well, and that's going to be one of the key players here for the ALLIN side. Taken out and removed immediately. Cassandra is pushed up though, so if they do try and rotate back into A, and that seems to be the setup. Yeah, it seems like VwS want to hit A. You can see the bomb going to be grabbed by Kvik, and he is going to be going back towards A main. And with this split through Ivy and this drop down from Pot Dog from Pound. How do I even do that? I've been casting all day. ALLIN are going to be in perfect position to shut this one out. Look, we've got the anti-flash from Cassandra and a second player as well to deal with. Pound, Poon, who knows? He gets one. Mir, though, he takes down the next 2, and we are going to see this push onto the A site from Kalinka. He takes down Hutz, and now it's going to be a 2 versus 3.
Yeah, we will see a lot of damage done. Oh, God. To those remaining players. A lot of mistakes made in this round, not only by the casters. We will see the CT side seemingly ducking out of the round. Now, Kalinka's very low, so for him to be the one peaking seems a little bit overzealous. And now, well, they've got it back to a 2v2. It seems like the CTs have changed their mind. They're going to go for the challenge here, so possibly the overzealous nature of this of the CT side. Just seeing Mergo flying, but the diffuser's coming in. There is a player coming in from behind. Is he actually going to get it? No! Quick! Well, his name suggests it. He will catch him off in the nick of time, and well, it will be a second round on the board. But as said, it needs to be quite a few in a row to break this ALLIN economy.
That was very scary. Almost went for the reset there as the diffuser's coming in, but ALLIN are just going to falter under the pressure. They do get left with their last-ditch buy here as well, as VwS start to build up this T-side economy. But a very costly round again. 2 players going to be left on the T-side. They still are able to afford everything for the time being, but eventually that will come back to haunt them, especially when they start losing rounds. Even when they've built up a bit of an economy, they will have, obviously, maybe a couple of pistol players or UMP players, but ALLIN, they're still able to buy for one more. This will be it, though. And VwS setting up outside of the B site with the bomb for a change here, so potentially a different strategy coming into their playbook as well. And not seeing a repeat of the previous rounds. Mir, oh no, that's unfortunate. He just misses a shot there. Luke going to take him down. Man advantage now for VwS, and Kalinka just clearing out this pop dog in case of any aggression. None has been found though from ALLIN. They are still keeping their passive stance on both sites, 2 on either way. And the bomb is going to be backing off. It's not completely committed to B just yet.
Yeah, they've taken the man advantage. They've fallen back with it. Unfortunate for Mir. It looked like he did have the right position there, but just didn't quite manage to hit that head. It will be a sort of reshuffle of players, leaving Chopper alone. I feel like that's probably the right decision, having him as that solo player on the B site. He is the man to do the damage. Well, we are going to see a smoke set up over towards this A site now. Now, very passive positions on this CT side, and it means that you can pretty much go for the default plant very, very easily with where they are holding. The only player they really need to worry about is in heaven.
Yeah, Cassandra, great position there. They obviously can't smoke that one off, and that being said, he does take down the first. Torres gets dropped, and Cassandra, he's just pulling out the stops. He takes 2 kills. Finally, the trade goes in, and Hutch as well follows up. Oh, okay, that's just a shutdown. JR gets 2, and all in. They secure a 7th round on the board. VwS forced back down to no money with no bomb plan as well. It's going to be the Eco, or even the Quasi, I guess, as Luke can invest a little bit, but maybe he wants to save for the AWP in the upcoming round.
Yeah, it's not really the best case scenario. Obviously, if you add 1900 onto the majority of players, you can get something a little bit more interesting. He will go for a semi-buy, like just go for something small, not going to be anything too crazy, and he'll drop quick. P250 as well, but it is looking like the aggressive play. JR just takes Pound down straight away. We are going to see a little bit of a tag coming in, but already they're looking like they're getting shut down as they attempt to push onto this B site. Mer grabs another. It is only Luke with his armor left. He's going through the smoke, but it seems like Chopper is aware of this. Push comes through, and
What's he watching?
Yeah, Luke not really aware of his opponent's position.
Don't know how.
Yeah, no, neither do I. Just trying to sugarcoat that a little bit.
Yeah, that's sometimes it's just not even worth it. That was just silly. Oh, sorry, you're friends with them. I forgot.
Nice.
Yeah,
No.
just having a little cry there. Go on, Tom. It's fine. Wipe the tears away.
Comeback is on.
Comeback is real. No. All in. They're taking 8-2. They have the AWP in play. VwS don't, despite Luke having a little bit more money to work with as well. He didn't really save fully, as you saw him buy that Deagle as well. But either way, there will be a good enough buy for the T side here in this round, and we are going to see how they can make do with it. Torres is waiting for the aggression. Mir is just exposing it. Part of his leg. He knows he's coming, but wait, maybe he's not. Looks away from the monster and apparently goes down. Mir gets that frag, and now All in. Once again, the man advantage. Not why they need any help into this round. They are going to be left in a 5v4. Backing off from Hunt. As you can see, Hutchie, maybe not. You can see he's still forced in that angle. They are spraying through the smoke, so if he does decide to back off, it could be very dangerous. He might just get caught out as they are spamming it away, but as a reload comes in, he throws out another nade and just runs away safely. That's going to be good. Keeps some advantage in favour of All In, doesn't allow himself to get picked. And right now, VwS, they've really expelled almost all of their utility towards this A site now, and that's really not too much. So they will be finally making their way out, but All In, again, man advantage here.
Yeah, and they need to find these picks quickly. Nice shot coming out from Luke to start things off. Kalinka's going to go pre-firing and finds the headshot as well. Something has just snapped, and they have managed to find a triple kill starting into this round.
Oh.
Chopper doesn't manage to capitalize. It looked like he had everything there to find that kill. And JR doesn't look like he's going to bother. He's got an AWP, maybe able to take one for his troubles as an exit frag, but it is looking like VwS are going to get their 3rd on the board.
Yeah, X's is going to be the name of the game here for JR if he wants to commit to that aggressive angle, but no one's going to be pushing in through here. He finally backs off towards the B side, just sneaking away, getting away with his gun as well. But Kalinka, he's going to be heard making that jump back into the site, so they might know exactly where he is right now. But still, he's not going to go in fully here. Eventually, JR should spot him out. There we go. He pre-fires, and JR, what a great shot there. Finishes him off, but All In, they are going to be losing out on that round. VwS take a 3rd. And they just got to continue a little bit of their streak. Maybe get 5-6 rounds this half could be perfect for them to go into the 2nd looking relatively unscathed.
Yeah, I think that's quite hopeful even from my perspective, though, looking at 5 or 6 rounds. They're currently stat on 3, and it hasn't been going too well so far. If they could get a little bit better, of course, that would be nice to see, especially as a fan. But, you know what? 3-8, they've managed to get another round on the board. Still looking a little bit skeptical about them actually breaking the economy of All In, but it is still possible. That's the big thing. It's still possible. They haven't built up a crazy amount of money like they had previously. He's going very aggressive, though. He's been doing very well so far, but Torres is going to rip his head clean off. The man advantage going to start off with the T's.
Yeah, once again, and this is looking good for VwS, but Chopper, he may just be a pincer player. He's pushing right in from the flank. You can see Torres is already looking away. He doesn't expect this kind of play at this point, but still a little bit wary of the angle. Chopper is just more posted up in this aggressive position, be able to get a pick and run back if they do decide to commit towards B, but VwS still putting a lot more pressure on A. They've got 2 players, well, now 1 pushed up Ivy, and that is going to be Luke here. He may be able to catch someone out, and with the split onto the A site, including the pop dog control, this could be great, but the issue is with this, is Chopper is going to have a super fast rotation once All In call it is an A take, because at this point it is an A take. Although actually I say that these 2 players are pushing in through the upper B, so no, it is a B take.
This is quite interesting actually, because it means that if they just push in and find Chopper, he's got to do so much and doesn't get anything done. That's going to be a horrible position. And now, well, look how valuable Luke's spot has been. They're going to be in from behind. We've seen this exact scenario before, in fact, and it didn't actually go their way. But this time, well, only 2 players remaining. Look at Luke. He's just going to go pushing in, trying to catch the remaining players off, make sure they have nothing to save into this round. He's going to hear one jumping. Nice little shot to catch him there. And it leaves just 1 player left, Cassandra, to try and save his rifle. He's versus 5, and that round really worked out. They mind-gamed us. They mind-gamed all in. And, well, he's got them another round on the board.
The flank is coming out. Luke may just clear this angle. He's going to peek into it, and he gets a kill as well. Only gets dinked. Still lands it, so that will be VwS staying alive in this one. 4 rounds. 6 is looking less unlikely by the minute. And while I'm not saying it's completely possible, it's definitely not off the cards here for them. As we
I want to see the money. Because literally their economy has been so weird throughout this game. On the CT side, they had so much so early that I wonder if it has actually got to a point where they are broken. Not quite. This is probably the moment, actually. So if they get this round, then 6 is on the cards. If they don't, well, it can go anywhere from there.
Yeah, this is one of the maps where 6 rounds is a good half, 7 rounds is a really good half, something you would not expect typically on that T side. You know, on maps like Cash, for example, that's typically normal, getting 7, 8 rounds on T side.
D2 or something like that.
Yeah, D2. It's nothing too hard, but on a map like Train, Nuke, Mirage, a 7-round T side is pretty phenomenal, and that's what they're going to be working towards.
Especially when they give that much money to them early on. Like, that's the weirdest thing. Like, if you can keep the economy low, then yeah, sure, racking up T rounds is not that impressive. But when you had 4 players on about 10k at one point, to then not get over that point, that would be quite worrying for all of them. Really, they should be doing better.
Yep, the VwS is heading up towards EA site now. The smokes are going to rain out and a couple of players pushing as well as a bomb, so this is a commitment, but you can see the frags going in the favour of the All-In side. Pwn will land 1 finally, but it's still going to go massively in the hands of All-In, though the tags do come in, so 2 players are very low on this CT side, and the bomb going to be picked up as well as Quick. He runs over towards the default plant spot. Bomb going to go down as well. His teammate will fall, and there's a player coming out right from behind, but actually he only just realises it. Cassandra ready to push out of this position. If Quick can land this first shot, it could be good, but he moves away just at the wrong time. Pushes into connector, not clearing his back. There's a player right there. He doesn't even realise he's so close to him. And we can just see Chopper sneaking up, and he lands a kill as well. All in 9 rounds.
They saved it.
Yeah, that is probably it.
That's what Ross said.
Shut up.
Every time I mention Bob Ross, I feel you die a little bit inside.
It's not funny.
God, I love Bob Ross.
I
wish I had his hair.
I do love Bob Ross. You wish you had hair.
I wish I had his hair.
Any hair.
No one can see what I'm doing, so it's fine.
Well, that's a cool little frag leader. 17 on Mia. He's not typically been the person to step up, but he definitely is doing it this map, which is quite good to say the least. And yep, 9 rounds. It's not a crushing defeat just yet, but VwS can't get more than 6 at this point. That's if they can even get 6. But the fact is, All-In have pulled themselves back in off that 4, so right now it's looking quite dire for the Lithuanian team.
Yeah, we've got the AWP up onto Quick. He's going to look for any aggression over towards the B site, but it's not yet coming. They do have a lurk play in form of Glinka, just making sure that nobody can push him from behind. Molotovs will be thrown out to slow down any sort of pushes. Chopper also getting back into the corner. This position can be deadly. But Taurus, okay. That looked like that was about to be one of the most aggressive plays we've seen so far, but there we go. Chopper, he peeks in. It's going to be Quick to find the first kill. Looking like he wants a little bit more. Goes the spam through the smoke, and they're going to flash in. I'm surprised he's not spraying, but he's actually managed to get back in. He's on the edge of the smoke. He sprays away, but he's only going to get 1 so far. Looking for the second. It'll be JR to find it with the AWP, but it's still back to a 3v3.
So much potential with that position. Unfortunately, the smoke's not going to allow him to do really too much there. And the bomb down for VwS, so they can get aggressive here. If they can drop JR, now things will start to look a little bit more bright. But Quick, he's still up in that upper position with the AWP. The flank, though, they don't realise yet. Cassandra is going to push in. Taurus turns around for the kill. And now it's a 2 versus 3. All in. They need to hurry up. They really need to go all in because it's clear they haven't really fully committed to this one yet. JR still so far back, and he's going to back off as Hurtchi gets taken down. It's VwS to pick up a 5th round and potentially even get this reset to get the rest of the half as well.
So you tell me off for making the all-in joke, and then you make it yourself.
That's not. I didn't use it as a joke though. I literally. It was a hype. You know. You just like all in. They've gone all in. XD. Like you know. It's okay when you use it in a serious context. But the spirit one, that's a joke at that point.
Oh god. I don't have one for
And plus I'm a
VwS.
hypocrite.
Yeah, more of a hippo. But yeah, I have to point out, like, that Cassandra push from behind was so perfect, but I feel like he just rushed it a little bit. If he hadn't been jumping, he would have killed Torres, no doubt. Torres had no idea, but even while flashed, he hears it and then spins around. Now, of course, last round of the half, it is going to be a force for the all-in side. They are going to purchase up the AWP onto JR and Mer with the rifle. The rest of the players are skimping a little bit. A couple of players without head armor, but that's not really too much of a problem. Looking like they're about to go aggressive over towards B. Now, there's a couple of players waiting. Torres is going to be looking for the peek, and he gets the first kill, but JR is there to trade with that AWP.
Yep, so back to a 4-on-4 here. VwS know the kind of setup they have up against them on this site. As the AWP has been shown, but they don't know fully what the weaponry is on the side of all-in, although a pistol will be shown by Hutchie, so they know that it's a little bit weaker than usual. Sees it up close, that's going to be beneficial. Cassandra gets a kill, maybe able to grab the AWP, but actually just backs off safely. Needs to get that reload, though, as 5 bullets is remaining in his mag, and Pound pushing straight out here through the edge of the smoke. He hasn't spotted out anyone yet. Sees someone on default, but Cassandra pushing back in 5 bullets. How does he do it? How does he do that? 2 kills with 5 bullets, and it's going to be the round.
That's incredible. That just finds 3 kills overall in that round, and
One mag.
Yeah, they end it at 10-5, so they do sort of save it a little bit. It looked like they were going to have a dominant half, and then it fell back into the sort of position where we could have even seen an 8-7, and then they swing it back round with a couple of rounds they probably shouldn't have won. 2 where they didn't have full buys, they had sort of mixes, and that last round buy was not a good one, to say the least.
No. Great round, though, from the CT side, of course, and I mean, the funny part is that he got 3 kills with the CZ and didn't even pay off the gun.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I was waiting for him to get to reload, but maybe he didn't want to give away his position with the noise that would make if there was another player in pop dog. They'd know he was there close, but obviously they thought he'd backed off. But either way, you should kind of expect that when there's a smoke down. However, we will go into the second half, and VwS haven't had too bad of a first half. As long as they can get the pistol around, it should be okay for them in terms of getting this to a very close map, whether they win or lose. But if they lose a pistol, that's where we reach dire straits.
Yeah, if they lose the pistol, this should be done, of course. We do have a Molotov. There's no kit on the side of VwS. They are quite lucky in a sense that there isn't really a push going in over towards that B site at the moment, because that is almost a guaranteed bomb plant on most occasions. Majority of players are over towards Ivy, where Luke is keeping his crosshair. Well, he was keeping it solid.
Yeah, now the Ivy control coming out. Luke does spot them at least, so he's got that information. Bomb was sighted as well. You can already see a rotation as Torres comes back into the connector. Chopper finds himself an entry onto the site. Kalinka tries to hold. He misses a few shots. He goes down as well because of it. And now they're going to start to crumble. What's happening here? All in are getting entries everywhere, and VwS are all going to be left on Pound. He tries to rotate through the CT spawn, but he's not going to get anything. It's going to be a complete decimation and a flawless round there for the T side. 11-5.
Yeah, really nice pistol coming out. They just rush onto the site, and even when low, it seemed like all the shots were going in the favor of the Russians. They managed to capitalize, and now, well, it is going to be a force coming in. Quick will be saving to try and get the AWP on the board as soon as possible, but realistically, it should be the next couple of follow-up rounds going to all in, and then they are fighting with their backs up against the wall. It's going to be an aggressive push onto the A site from the CTs. They've got themselves quite close up, looking to fade through the smoke with a flashbang, but they are aware on the T side, and the Molotov from JR is a smart decision. Not going to allow them to go further aggressive, but they are going to stick in this A main position, but it's quite a common spot to hold.
Yeah, and Luke as well, taking a bit of pop dog control. But I feel like at this point it's very obvious all in are going to be hitting B. There's no way they take A with so much aggressive positioning from VwS on this site. But still, these CTs don't seem to rotate. I feel like even without the hindsight and the overview, it's quite an obvious play. But finally we see a bit of a rotation. But it's going to be too little too late, because already Mir, he's found the entry. He's cleared the B site completely open. And the only player even close to doing anything is dead, because that's quick. And it will be a 5v3 now. VwS going to just start to fall again. All in, they've taken another round.
This should just be a save.
Yeah,
there's no reason to challenge with your pistols here. You're going to have to either go with nothing in the next round. There's no way you're winning this. You don't have a kit, so the obvious choice from the VwS side is to just save these pistols and try and have a better go in the next round. Now, in terms of the all-in side, that was a little bit too easy, really. Especially when you go towards that B side, there are a lot of close-range positions that can be held. MAC-10 will be picked up, but that's pretty much the least valuable weapon that they could have picked up on the other side of things.
Bison?
No, that was in play.
Oh, okay.
Not just total. They could have picked up a Glock,
Yeah.
but it's not.
I feel like
really
Bison's
the case.
worse than the Glock to an extent.
I don't know. I think both of them take about 9 shots to kill, but one of them shoots about 64 bullets in a row.
Yeah, I guess. That's the clock. With lots of reloading in the middle. But back in, and this is likely going to be the similar round. Not forcing up with the 3 pistols that were saved, obviously, as a buy will be coming up in the upcoming round here for VwS, but regardless, ALLIN still have a MAC-10 in play just to get some real, not only BM, but also damage as they start to push out onto this A side. Another fast take here. Torres with pistol, no armor to support, and he's going to get headshot regardless, so it doesn't even matter. Chopper finds another, that's Pound going down, and now 3 players remain here. Kalinka does find one at least with a MAC-10 with a trade coming through, and Cassandra, he's going to show him how to do it. Actually gets another, but the trade's still going to come out. It's only on Quick now in a 1 versus 3.
Yeah, of course. Getting that extra SMG kill will give them something more to play with in the next round on the CT side. So it's not the worst case scenario. I think Quick is going to be something. I'm not really sure why he's sitting on the ladder because
he's trying to bait out a shot by showing his legs down the bottom of the ladder. Seems.
Okay. I guess he can push back into the side, look for an SMG kill, possibly try and find a rifle. I think the only other player had a scout. And more Chopper's going to finish this one off. So 13-5 VwS. They'll finally get a buy on the board, but this may be the only buy that they get if they are able to win the round.
Yes. And AWP out, not on the T side unless it's been dropped there. Obviously, Cassandra doesn't have a gun, but he's not the AWP. JR's just on the AK.
It's not
That's fine. I mean, they're 13-5 up.
Yeah.
I'm not really too worried about no AWP in play here for the ALLIN side. They're going to go for a set smoke take. It seems already 2 players here, but very fast smokes. Yeah, only 2 of them. That isn't very typical, but either way, they are going to just commit to it. Already Quick does kick things off with that AWP being able to get that first kill, but the smokes aren't going to be capitalized on as we don't see ALLIN commit to the A site here. They've lost their first player and they've already backed off.
There's going to be a peek coming in from Ivy at the same time. Pound will be in position, needing to hold off that spot. Bomb, not really making too much of a decision just yet. It is still early in the round, 1 minute 20. It looked like they were just going to go barreling out onto the side, but I think after losing their first player, they sort of second guess and decide to fall back a little bit. They do still have presence over towards Pop and also looking towards B to make sure that they're not going to get snuck up on by the remaining CT players.
And actually just ready to push out of this pop talk with Cassandra to trade. Is just being held by Luke. The flash goes in. He gets a good tag off regardless, but he still does go down. That's the important factor. Kalinka able to trade from that electrical box, but he's got 2 angles to deal with. He still takes 2 kills in the flank as well from Pound as he pushes back into the CT spawn on Ivy and takes down Mir. JR does trade, but the AWP will get back him, and that will be VwS actually taking the round 6-13. They're not out of this one yet, but they've got a long road ahead of them.
Yeah, that's for sure. It is not going to be a yellow brick road. It's going to be one with quicksand and plenty of other traps along the way. They've got a long, long way to go. And, of course, it's likely that we'll see a buy coming back up for the T side going into the next. They did have a few players who are a little bit low, but they will still be able to get a full buy on the board. Lacking slightly in utility, only 1 Molotov in play, but they still have plenty of smokes. And, well, in terms of their push, it's going to be onto Torres. He's going to spot out one, but it's going to be straight taken down. The rotation will come in from Quick. That AWP is going to have to do a lot of work.
Yeah, it definitely is here, but ALLIN, I mean, this is really scary for the side of VwS Gaming. They haven't got a whole lot going for them right now. The utility is still okay, but they've extinguished most of their smokes here as they only have a Molotov and a smoke to hold back these Ts. The flashes aren't going to be too useful, at least in this sense. And Hutchie ready to walk into the pop dog, but they do have so many flashes and Molotovs to at least clear out this position that is being held there by Kalinka. So either way, ALLIN just setting up for this A-side take. It's very clear. They do have the outside of main. And oh, Mir's just going to drop right into Kalinka. He did not expect that. And the kill coming up for ALLIN just to double down in terms of having the man advantage. Just one more on the site to deal with. And another on Ivy as Mir just pushes right in. Another kill for him. He's going to turn back around. There's still one on Ivy. He knows he's there. He tries to take him, but Pound will find the kill. And in the meantime, getting tagged. He should just be finished off as well. He will. Leaving just Quick to rotate. And I think a save will be in order.
Yeah, it's one of those impossible positions. He is going to go peeking. Doesn't manage to take the kill there either. And while you have to give props to Mur in that round, just his entry fragging capability is just insane. Nice shot to take down one more, but he's got to be careful from behind. Chopper will decapitate him and leave them penniless going into this next round.
Not good at all in terms of economy, as you said, and I mean, just motivation as well, being down this many rounds on a best of one.
Yeah, no, this
you lose and you get eliminated. That's really upsetting. It's a shame to see VwS, really one of the storylines coming into this event, being the first Lithuanian team to ever make it to a minor, and to just be kind of shut down and torn apart in the most important match of the day as well. They've had some great performances throughout the event, but while this isn't over, and I'm making it sound like it is, it's very much close to, as they're even giving away the 15th round by not investing.
Yeah, at least they're going to try and fight it back with some weapons of sort. I do have to say, even for them going out to get this far is pretty incredible, especially when they're not yet really playing up against top opposition. I think they are in one of the ESCA leagues, and there is some decent competition in that sort of a place. But I think that the more this team stay together and the more they practice, the further they're going to be able to get, especially with the CIS. I feel like in the next CIS minor, if they come back and they've had that experience, like to go to the minor first time and get out in third, that's really not that bad an achievement at all.
No. And yeah, they're in the ACA Premier. They should be able to make it to Pro one day. I don't think it'll be this season by any means. They aren't really near the top at all. But yeah, they could always make it. It's not too bad at least. But we do have the A site control under ALLIN, and obviously, as expected, VwS kind of giving away this round. If Exits can at least provide themselves to the side of VwS, they will take the guns and get the hell out of there. I'd like to see no fighting here from any of the players, and it seems like they're not even going to get the max of that. You can just see the absolute decimation provided by Chopper and the gang. Another 3k for him. We've seen him step up pretty much every map so far today, and it is going to be the round again. 15 rounds secured, one off of the win.
Yeah, and I want to see what they actually still have on the board. The likelihood of them having too much is still pretty slim. Maybe some rifles at least. Chopper has taken the lead, and well, he's been very good so far today. From what we've seen of him, he has been one of the players to watch. It will actually be a reasonable buy, but there is one smoke on the CT side.
They even saved from the previous round, and yeah, they can't even afford too much into this. You can see they're prioritizing the weaponry at least, which is fair enough, but Utility's not really been giving them too much anyway. At the end of the day, they've not. You know, that's the thing. If you buy one smoke, it kind of removes the point almost of having the smokes. The smokes are to run down the time, but if you only have one, you're not going to really be able to run down much time. The only chance that can be used is if ALLIN leave it to the last few seconds and you throw that smoke down. But even at that point,
for some reason, there's a Molotov on the bomb in the last. Like literally, it's leaving it to such late game scenarios that yeah, I have to agree, and they've already used it, so. It's not really.
I hate that. I hate it when you randomly use a smoke without any kind of aggression or sign of players, or even any reason, just a full guess. And what a waste so far, because you can see ALLIN weren't even in main when they used it.
The rest of the smokes in the server at the moment.
Coming right on, everyone's used them, and they are going to be hitting towards this A site. Not fully though. The bomb is still outside of B, so they could back off quite easily here. I'm not too sure what the plan is right now. They've got another player, I think JR, actually going into the B site with the bomb as well. That's going to be on Mir, but meanwhile the frags are going heavy into the A site. Chopper's going to get an entry onto Kalinka, and now ALLIN, they're going to start to decimate these players, but VwS, they haven't fully rotated. They got the player on the B site. It's going to be Taurus to try and wreak some havoc. Quick as well follows up, and now they fully rotate back in, but Mir, he's found himself on the flank. Another kill coming in. He's going to take a second. He could go for the third here, and that will be it. He sprays down, but just misses out. Pound taking him, and the 1v2 going to be on here for the map, for the match, for the qualification to the minor.
Yeah, he has himself a kit. That's the only real saving grace. No utility and a FAMAS. Definitely not the best position to be in right now. May have heard the footsteps going onto the ladder, but actually going to be going up above him. That's going to be it. JR finishes this off with a pistol, and you can see the celebration coming in. They have made it through to the qualification for the major. It's going to be a tough job to get there, and they still have the final to play, of course. Commiserations to VwS.
Yeah, I know you're upset about that. I'm just to clarify, we both messed that up. I said the qualification for the minor, and you said the qualification for the major. Oh no, yeah, I guess it is the qualification for the major. But I messed that up. I got very confused. I've been doing it all day, but very, very upsetting for VwS. Real storyline, as we were saying, coming into this whole event, and unfortunately not really going to be able to show up in the final map there. No. They had a great showing in the other one, so, and I wish them good luck in the future as well. But not only that, ALLIN, they are going to be a team to watch out for.
Yeah, I think that if I'm being blunt, this may be as far as they get, because that qualifier is absolutely brutal. There are so many good teams in there, so many teams that had like horrible groups. You sort of look towards the sort of group of death in the last major, whereas like, oh yeah, no, we've got like G2 and FaZe, and was it SK and Fnatic all in the same group? It's just something ludicrous either way, and we see two of those teams actually coming back for that qualification position. Either way, we're not done for today just yet. We still have the final. We still have to play for that Muller. And just a Muller corner, like, you know, the little yogurt. No, I bet half people don't even get that.
No, no one's from the UK here. No UK people.
Muller's not a UK brand, is it?
Let's not clarify. I don't know. Stop providing pre-advertising until they haven't paid us just yet. But yep, as Tom said, we'll be back again with another matchup. It is going to be the final, just to play for $30,000. I say just, but that's quite a good amount of money.
I'll take that money.
I'll
sell out to Muller for that money.
It's my daily fee. It's nothing much. 30 grand, obviously, for first place. 15 for second. So both these teams have already secured themselves
30,000 Ugandan dollars.
Like 8 pence. So that will be coming up next. That is going to be a best of 3, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Best of 3, good. So that will be the final match. Coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to have Team Spirit versus ALLIN. Once again, the retribution, the comeback at least. And we'll see you in a few minutes.